What's going on, everyone? My name is Brent Stockton. I'm a solutions engineer here at Dapta. And today I'm going to show you how to automatically send new customer payment alerts from Stripe directly into your Slack channel. So basically this way, every time a new payment comes in, you and your team, you're going to get notified instantly inside Slack. So I hope you're going to enjoy this tutorial. I know I am. Let's jump right into it. So the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to set up a brand new Slack channel. I've gone ahead and set up this channel called Stripe Tutorial. Now we are inside Stripe. Basically what I did is I just set up a free account. I'm in their sandbox. This is just their testing mode. I set up a new payment link. Inside this payment link, I named it Test Product. I made it for $50. This is just a mock product that I created. The most important thing here is setting up the payment link and then going down here to the bottom left-hand corner, and you're going to hit Developers. Here, you're going to scroll up to webhooks and click on webhooks. Now we're going to go ahead and add a destination. So this is going to be an event listener for every time a payment succeeds. And we're going to use this in Dapta to go ahead and send that payment alert to Slack. So here I'm going to click add destination. Here we're going to want to choose the correct event. So we can stay in our account and we're going to go ahead and search payment right here. Now I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to look for payment event.succeeded. And here you can see I found payment intent.succeeded. I'm going to go ahead and check this and hit continue. So next we're going to choose webhook endpoint. We can hit continue again. Here we can create whatever destination name. So we can name it whatever we want. But important point here is we have the endpoint URL. So now we need to stop here and go into Dapta, create our brand new flow and set up our first trigger node. Okay guys, so we are inside Dapta and what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a brand new flow. So I'm gonna hit Flow Studio. I'm gonna hit New Flow up here in the upper right-hand corner. Here we'll let this load and we'll hit New Flow from scratch. Now here we can name it whatever we want, but I will say Stripe Alert and I'll hit Create. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is click on this trigger node, and I'm going to go ahead and look right here. I have an API key and a webhook URL. A really easy way to set this up is just to create a post method, and then I'm going to enable public access. This is going to put the API key into the webhook URL, and I'm going to go ahead and copy that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over to Stripe, and I'm going to paste that as our endpoint URL. And basically, this is going to tell Stripe where to send that event. Of course, it's going to be sent to this node inside Dapta. So let's go ahead and jump back into Stripe. Okay, so you can see here we're back in Stripe and my destination name, I went ahead and named it Dapta. So here's where we're going to paste our endpoint URL from the trigger node in Dapta. And basically, every time a payment succeeds, Stripe needs to know where to send that event to. It's going to be sent to our trigger node inside Dapta. You can put a description here if you need to, but I'm going to go ahead and create destination right now by clicking this button on the bottom right. Okay, so we've successfully set up our webhook inside Stripe. So what we need to do is create a mock payment in Stripe and then go ahead and check our executions inside Dapta, inside that flow we created, and make sure that we got that event. So as you can see here, we're back on our dashboard. Now we're going to go ahead and create a mock payment and make sure we get the event to our trigger node in Dapta. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and copy this URL right here for the payment link. Then I'm just going to go ahead and paste this link in my browser and go to that page. So here you can see I'm on the mock payment link. I've created a mock payment. All these payment details I'll go ahead and paste in the description of this video. But this is how you create a mock payment for Stripe. And so I'll go ahead and click pay right here at the bottom. So here you can see the payment succeeded. It wants to send a code to my device, but that's fine. We can go ahead and go back to Dapta and make sure we got that execution. Okay, so here we're back in our flow. I'm going to go inside my toolbar and click executions. And great, so it looks like we got our execution. I'll click this eye icon right here and we can look at the request body. Looks like we received a ton of data from Stripe. This is stuff we can use to set up our payment alert for Slack. And so what we'll do is we'll set up our next node. Okay, so the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go to api.slack.com/apps, and we're going to want to create an incoming webhook. So I'm going to go here and click create an app. Here we're going to do an app from scratch. I can name it whatever I want. So we'll call this Payment Alerts Stripe. And now I'm going to pick the workspace. So I'll use Dapta's workspace, and I'm going to go ahead and create this app. Okay, so now that I've created my app, I'm going to go here to incoming webhooks and I'm going to toggle on. Here I'm going to scroll down and add a new webhook. So I'm going to click on add new webhook. Here I'm going to go find the channel that I created. So I'll go Stripe Tutorial and I'm going to go ahead and click allow. And now as you can see, I have access to the webhook URL. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this and we're going to go ahead and go back to Dapta. Now that I'm back in my flow in Dapta, I'm going to go ahead and grab an API node. So we'll go API. I'll go ahead and drag this node into my canvas. I'll connect this node. Let's go ahead and name this node Stripe Payment Alert. Stripe Payment Alert. And here we'll change it to a post method. And then we'll go ahead and paste that URL we got. And now what we're going to do is we're going to send some information in the body. So I'm going to click raw right here, and we're going to just go ahead and send some JSON. Okay, so here I set up some raw JSON. What I want to show you is how to grab the actual amount. So I have a placeholder right here. How to grab this amount. So we have new customer payment and an amount. Here, I'm going to go ahead and delete this, put double brackets, and we want to find the dynamic variable pathway to where the amount of this payment is. So a good way to do that is go here to executions, click on this eye icon. Here in the request body, we have data, object, and here you can see the amount received. We can right click on this and hit copy path. We can go ahead and X out of that. Let's go back into our API node. Now here in the brackets, we can put and we're going to want to add trigger.body.data.object amount received. And so here we should be ready to go. Now, a good way to test this flow right now is click executions, click on the eye icon. Let's go ahead and copy this to the input. And let's go ahead and run this flow and see if we get the notification in Slack. So I'm going to go ahead and run this right now. Here we have Stripe payment alert, success, response okay. So it looks like this is good. I'm going to go ahead and check Slack and make sure we receive that. Okay, great. So you can see here that once I ran that execution, we now have the payment alert inside Slack with the amount. Now, obviously we could clean up this amount, but for the purposes of this tutorial, I'll just keep the raw amount for now. So the next time that I go into Stripe and make a payment on that Stripe link, we're going to get the alert immediately in Slack. So there's not really much else to it. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. A lot more to come. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next one.